the high-level understanding of PeopleCode from your end. The component processor. What's a component processor?
Very bad. I know component processor.
Yep. This is the one I am asking. What is component processor? What it will do?
I have no idea. I mean, I'm very bad at PeopleCode. Like, haven't worked that much.
Okay. No, I will explain. Just I want to know how far you know. That's what I am asking. Then everybody can write the PeopleCode by referring to people books, otherwise by discussing with some other guy. We can write the PeopleCode. Writing the PeopleCode, it's not a big deal. In my idea, writing the PeopleCode is not a big deal. What's happening in the back end? What actually, how the process is going, it's very crucial.
Yes.
Then, component processor. We can say it's a PeopleTools runtime engine. It's a PeopleTools runtime engine, and it will handle the component processor flow. What type of processor flow? In general, if you are accessing a page, what you will do, you will give your user ID and password to log on. Okay, once you successfully logged on, you will go to the navigation and you will open the page. Just visualize the things. Like, okay, here we will go on. Here you will come and, okay, for any navigation, okay, here you will go with this navigation. Once you logged on to this portal, PIA, you will go to this navigation and you will access your page. Later that, you will see that component available in the navigation. Then you will access that particular component. If that component is holding any search options, then you will see a search page. Otherwise, if there is no search page available for that component, then you will directly enter into the component. Otherwise, okay, like this. Here you will search your component and you will enter into the component. Then, what you will do, once you enter into this component, that means once you enter into the pages, what you will do, you will give some data entries or changes. You can add some rows, delete some rows, and scroll some grids, everything you can do. After that, at the end, what you will do, you will just click on save. That's it. After that, everything is completed. Your transaction is completed from starting to end. Apart from this, there is nothing. This is the flow which we are following. In this entire flow, in a lot of places, possibility is there to write the code. Maybe in the search page, maybe while you are entering into the pages, while you are adding the rows or deleting the rows or modifying the data at the time of saving, maybe in any place you have to write the code. Depends on your business validation, business requirement. This entire flow take care by this component processor. Component processor, it's just PeopleTools runtime engine. PeopleTools runtime engine, and it will take care about the entire data, entire process flow, which you are starting from data retrieval from the search page to database is updated. That means entering into the search page to database updation. That means at the end you will save the transaction. What it will do? It will try to fire all the events in order. Number of events are there. All events, it should take care, they should be fired in order. This is the concept of component processing. It will controls the entire flow of the data, entire flow of the PeopleCode. This slide will explain you why PeopleCode. You can go ahead with it once I forward it to you. Before moving into this slide, I will just give you one brush up around the PeopleCode language by using the next one more tool. First of all, what is PeopleCode? PeopleCode is a proprietary language developed by PeopleSoft, and every language has its own components, attributes, what people say. Even PeopleCode language also has like data types, comments and statements, functions, expressions, operators. All these data types can be supported by PeopleSoft PeopleCode. Any number, string, boolean, date, time, and object oriented. Commenting. Just these are the syntaxes we will use to comment the coding. Otherwise, we can place our guidelines to understand the coding. Okay, you are writing the code, and you are giving. Okay, you are writing 100 lines of code, and you are leaving the project. A buggy scheme, I have to look into it. I can have a look, but if you are leaving some comments for each logic, okay, here I am fetching the employee data, here I am fetching the job data, here this is the validation, then I can understand very easily. In this way, I am using to write the comments by using the syntaxes. Statements. Separators will be there, assignments will be assignment statements. Language constructs and functions. In PeopleCode, the separators are semicolon. Each executable statement can be separated by a semicolon in PeopleCode. It's mandatory. No need to worry about spaces and line breaks. Just ignore them. PeopleCode editor will take care about it. Declarations. 3 types of declarations will be there for variable. Local component and local. Local declaration, it will help us, and it will has live only in the particular event. If you are declaring component level, then it will continue up to the component. Global means the entire PeopleSoft. And just observe carefully, even it's a global or a component or local, every variable should be starting with ampersand. It's a mandatory. In PeopleCode, to identify it's a variable, you have to use the ampersand. Assignment statements, maximum equation symbol. Comparison and assignment. Variable names are preceded by an ampersand character. System variables are preceded by percentile. Percentile variables already we can use in our regular manner, like percentage date, percentage date time, percentile operator ID, percentile non-control ID, like that. Language constants. Every language has its own constants. Here in PeopleCode also have some special language constants like if evaluates statements. If condition, everybody can understand very easy. If condition. In our general language usage also we will use the if condition. What is if means? A conditional breakage. Like, okay, just we can take an example. If country equal to USA, currency equal to dollars, else currency equal to rupee. That means here you are differentiating that currency with the help of country. You can use nested ifs also. Nested ifs means within the if you can use the ifs. But we will use this if condition for one or two cases. If you want to examine a particular condition, then you have to use the evaluate. Like what they're doing, this is the syntax of evaluate. Evaluate, left arm, that means you are giving a variable there. When this is applicable, this is the statement. Just visualize. Evaluate country. I'm evaluating the country value. When USA currency equal to dollars. Break it. This is the example. When I'm evaluating currency here, when USA currency equal to dollars, break it. Why should we break? Why? Because your condition is satisfied here. You have to break it. Otherwise the loop will continuously. That means we can say it will go infinite. Because of that reason we have to break the logic. Again, when India currency equal to rupees, break it. When Canada currency equal to Canadian dollars, break it. Like that. We can use these evaluate statements to build our logics. For loops, looping will come. In general, when the looping will come at level 1, level 2 and level 3. Why? Because looping in the sense you are creating a loop for number of rows. Number of rows, the simple word which is dividing level 0 to other levels. Why? Because every time level 0 will hold only one row of data. That is the reason we have to use for loops whenever you are operating with other than level 0. Repeat and while statements are very common. These are also looping statements. You can just go ahead and look at it. Functions. We will discuss about these functions at the end of the PeopleCode discussions. PeopleCode events. As of now, we discussed we are using variables, we are using loops, we are using construct statements. Where can we write the code? Where is the place to write the code? What we can call them? We can call them as an event. In PeopleCode terminology, you can call it as an event. Every PeopleCode program is associated with an object and with an event. When an event fires on an object, it triggers any PeopleCode program associated with that object. First of all, where are the events? In these places. Records, pages, components, messages and menus. All these people, sorry, all these places are holding the events. This is the high-level chart which will explain you in which place how many events are associated. Record field is holding these many events. Component record field is holding these many events. Component record and component design, sorry, page, component, all these places. Record field PeopleCode is holding all these events. Page is holding one event, component record and component record field, and the last thing. All these places are holding some events. You can ask me a question. When this events list is too heavy, how come we remember all these events? If anybody is asking a question, how many events are available in the record field?
16.
How can I spell all those events? Yes, there is a methodology to remember it. Just observe the event names. 4 field level events, field naming events, first level, first naming, field naming events. Field change, field default, field editing, all field naming events. 4. 4 row naming events, row delete, row init, row insert, and row select. Totally 8. 4 field level and 4 row level. The next 3 save events, save edit, save post change, save print change. Totally 11 events, 4 from the field, 4 from the row, 3 from the save, and 2 from the search level, search init and set save. Totally 13 events. After that, you have 2 individual events, pre-pop-up and workflow. Totally 15 events. Among those 15 events, we have 4 functionalities, field, row, save, and search. Apart from that, we have 2 individual events, pre-pop-up and workflow. Okay, we understood these events. Okay, we can remember it. Where are these events? Okay, you are saying it's a record field. What is this record field? Here, you can open any of the record. Okay, I will open my custom project. Okay, this is my record, one of the record. What we are saying as of now, record field. Record field in the sense it's a record. Fields are a part of the record. All these are the record fields. Then, where we can write the code. For every record, we have 4 types of displays. 4 types of displays. Displays in the sense, visibility of the record. If you open any record, the default view of the record will shows you about the field information. What is the field name, like this, what is the field name, what is the field type, what is the length of the field. That means it will shows you all field properties. Here are the 4 displays. The second display, you will observe one symbol, key symbol, use display. We can call it as a use display. This will shows you how many keys are handled in this record How many such keys? How many such keys? How many export items by using this? This is the second level display. The third display edits, prompts options, translates, SRM tables, all these it will display. The last display is the PeopleCode display. Here you will see all the events. In some of the events I already written the code. That is the reason it is showing a tick mark. And those two fields are highlighted. Why? Because I already written the code. Just observe carefully. 4 field level, field default, field edit, field change. 4 row level, row insert, row select, row delete, row init, row insert, row delete, and row select. Three save level, save edit, save change, and save push. 2 search, search init, and search save. Workflow and pre-requisites. Very easy to do. That means here one conclusion. Each field in a record can hold all the events. Each field in a record can have all the events. Exactly. If you open the user ID, then where you will write the code, double click this checkbox. This is the user ID field. In this table, this is the user ID field. You are writing code in the field. Now, Venkat, I want to write code in the row init. Just click on the drop down and so to the row init. Go to the row, save edit, whatever it may be. You can select from this drop down. Even the fields, even the events. This is one navigation for record level. Is there any other navigation? Right click on the user ID, view PeopleCode. This is one more navigation. Right click on the table, view PeopleCode. Open the table, go to the view, view PeopleCode. All these directing you to record level. Okay, we open the record level PeopleCode and we identified and all the events and we form the navigations. Come to the next page. Okay, we completed the record and we have to go to the page. Very simple, only one event, activate. Just open the page here, any page. This is the page where you will write the code. Right click here, view page PeopleCode. Only one event. Every page has its own activity event. Otherwise, right? View page PeopleCode. Otherwise, open the page. Here, right click on the page. View PeopleCode. All these will direct you to the page PeopleCode. This is the navigation. The next component, component record, component record. 3 terminologies are holding the component. Component, component, component. First we will go with the component. 5 events. Just observe carefully. Pre-build and post-build. Other than these 2, these 3 already we observed in the record field level. Save post change in the here. Post-build and pre-build. Other than that, the remaining 3 events are repeating from the. If anybody is asking a question, what are component specific events? You can say pre-build and post-build. What are all the events available in the component level? Then you have to say 5 events. Okay, fine. Where is the component? Okay, open any of the component. Open the component. Where we can access the code. Go to the structure and right click on the component name. Go to the view. This is the post build. rebuild, save routine, save machine, workflow. 5 events are there. This is the component. Then, is there any other navigation? View, PeopleCode. Right click on the component name, view PeopleCode. All these are the navigations from the component name. Then, where is the component record and where is the component record change? This is the component. Open the component of the code. This is the, sorry. Right click on the component and view PeopleCode. This is the component events. These are the component events. Post retrieval, search, change, questions, and so on. In the drop down, it is showing XYZ underscore employee underscore C1 component. It's a component. If you click here, it will show you record. Within the component, you can have a chance to see records. If you click on the record, automatically the event list changed. Event list got changed. What are all the events are available in the component record level? Just observe carefully, all events are repetitive. What are all those events? Row, naming, save, and search. Only 3 functionalities are repeating from record field. 4 row level, 3 save level, 2 search level. All these events are repeating. Then coming to the next level, component record, where it is. Here it is, nothing but component, record, and field. Then the events are changed. Will be formed. Will change and will form. Exactly. That means all field events are repeating in the component record field except field formula. In the place of field formula, pre-pop is repeating. Field change, field default, field edit. These are the, forget about the menu. We are not writing the code in recent days about the menu. These are the events explanation, navigation. We will go each and every event in depth later. But if I am asking a question tomorrow, in how many places I can find the save edit? You have to answer the question 2 places. One is in the record field and second one is in the component record. If I am asking how many places the field default is available, in 2 places, record field and component record. That means you have to build your logic in that way. Why? Why? Because whenever we are writing the PeopleCode, you have to identify in which area you have to write. First of all, okay, once the session is completed, I will forward you this slide. I will forward you this PPT also. Just go ahead with this PPT up to 20 slides. The remaining slides we will cover in the next week. But just look at this slide and try to navigate within the PeopleCode, within the application designer and try to identify the places. This is the PeopleCode basics explanation. Then coming to the next, PeopleCode discussion. Three conditions you have to remember to complete your coding success. Very important slide. You can say it's very simple slide, but this slide will play a major role in your PeopleCode learning and development. Why? What is the importance of this slide? Three conditions you have to remember. First condition, when, where, and what. What is the meaning of when here? When you want the PeopleCode to execute. When is referring the client requirement. When you want to execute the PeopleCode, like your client is asking, whenever I am clicking the push button, I want to execute this functionality. This is the wording coming from the client. This is the wording coming from your client. Then you have to decide, oh, okay, client is expecting to execute the functionality whenever he clicks on the push button. That means you have to write the code on push button. That is the meaning of when. Where. First condition is when. Very important to start the development, to start the coding. You have to be very clear on the requirement. You have to be very clear on the requirement. The next, where condition. What is the where? What they are saying to place your people code. What is that? Number of events are there in number of places. Which event you will write the code?